Hi, welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name's Tim. Today we're doing a walk around video of our Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT MY14. In this video we're going to walk around the outside, go through the quality of the car as well as some of the features and the quality of the interior as well. First thing I'd like to point out, as I do every time I do a Jeep video, is how aggressive the front of this car looks. With the red line paint and the black breaking up the middle, you've got your 7-slot typical Jeep grille here. Now Jeep do that on every car they make because Jeep was actually the first car to ever drive on all 7 continents on Earth. So every car has got a 7-slot grille in the front to really show that off, as well as a nice big chrome Jeep badging. We'll start on the passenger side of the front over here. You've got these nice aggressive style headlights which blend in well with the black grille. You've got black actually inside the headlights, so when you turn them on, the LED daytime running lights and indicators really stand out. Nice bright headlights as well. Down here you got your fog lights, as well as a bit of chrome to break up the black towards the bottom of the grille here. You got color-coded front parking sensors, as well as nice black and white slimline number plates. We thought that would really go along with the whole black and red theme of the car. Makes it just look really stunning from the front. Down here, you'll notice in the middle of the grille, we've actually got our adaptive cruise control. And what that does is you set your cruise control, and while you're driving along, you actually don't have to readjust it every single time you approach someone on the freeway who's doing a different speed. The car will do that for you. It'll match the speed of the car in front. You don't have to apply any brakes or really adjust your cruise control while you're driving. Very handy. Got these 2 big nostrils on the front of the hood here. Once again, going for that really aggressive, sporty look in an SUV. Underneath this hood, we've got our massive 6.4 litre Hemi engine, but I'll go over that a little bit more in a second. It's just, once again, black and red, very stunning. As for the quality of the paint, very good quality. I've actually been looking for some stone chips while I've been talking to you so far, and the only ones I've really noticed is there's 1 or 2 on this side and 3 on this side, but they've all been touched up, so they only really show up when I get in really close. Standing back, the paint is in perfect condition. Move around now to the driver's side. We've got these nice big aftermarket rims on them as well. These are very big and awesome stylish rims that go really well once again with our black and red theme paint got all over the car. 4-pop Brembo brakes with such a powerful engine. You've got the best brakes on the market, really pulling you down to a stop. Really good depth of tyre tread. You can still see a little bit of the nub, so these would be near new as well. Got your big Hemi 6.4 litre badge here as well to break up that nice big panel. Colour-coded mirror caps with indicators in the side as well. Nice chrome trim going around the outside of the windows. Now these windows have been tinted, and that once again black and red just throughout the whole car. It's brilliant. Big silver in chrome Grand Cherokee lettering on the bottom of the door. Now all Jeep Grand Cherokees come with proximity entry. So we've got 2 keys here, and what you do, key just has to be within 1.5 to 2 metres of the car. Press the button and the car will lock itself. Now keys back in your pocket, approach locked vehicle, all you have to do is grab the handle, unlocked. You never actually have to pull the keys out of your pocket. Being a push button start car as well, you don't even need to pull them out to then turn the ignition. Now coming down the side of the car, I thought I saw a stone chip there, but it was just a little bit of dust. Now this car presents very nicely. You've got your big flares as well going along the back of the car here, above what appears to be same situation as the other one. Near new condition on this tyre. Very big open rim, aggressive look on the car. As we move towards the back, you'll see there's a bit of black and darkness going around the rear taillights here, just really giving it that aggressive look. Got your big twin exhaust here. Now, this car does have an aftermarket exhaust on it as well, which gives it a very nice aggressive note. Color-coded rear parking sensors, black here on the top of the bumper, so you don't mark the paint when you're putting things in and out of the boot, and a reverse camera as well. Now on the key, you've got a button which will automatically open the boot, so you click that twice, and then you can't hear it on the camera because of the microphone, but it beeps 3 times and it lifts up and the boot opens automatically. Now very handy if as you're approaching the vehicle, you can unlock it and start loading things in. In the back of Jeeps, you've got a large amount of space here, and this floor pan here that sits above the full-size spare wheel, which as we can see, it's got a little bit of lettering on the tyre, so it's never been used, and you've got all the tools in there as well. It's very thick, I've forgotten what the word is here, but it's just very good reinforced, so you don't have to worry about damaging anything as you load in heavy objects into the back of the Grand Cherokee. You've even got a little torch in here, which is, if you ever get stuck, you've got a torch as well. It's constantly on charge, you never have to worry about it. It just sits there, and then if you need it, you've got it as well. Subwoofer in the other side with a 12-volt socket. And yeah, it's just very nice big open boot. You've got a little button on the side as well, which you can press. Car will beep 3 times and the lid will come down. Now it does have a sensor in there, so it does come up against something, a bit of resistance, it will go back up. That way you can't jam your fingers in there, and the nice slow pace as well really helps out with that. Let's move around to the passenger side now. We'll have a look at this wheel. You got your fuel cover just above it there. Once again, practically brand new tyre, a little bit of gutter rush around the side of this rim, but once again, very nice, aggressive looking rim. Now moving down the side of the car, I'll try and find, well, I thought I did, but I didn't. There's a little stone chip here on the flare, but otherwise it's looking very, very tidy. No, there we go. This paint is in impeccable condition. Come up, Hemi badge once again, back round to the front. We've got a little bit more gutter rushing here, but overall it's pretty good, especially for a larger car. Some people have a hard time trying to park them. Nice big tread depth as well. So what I'll do now is I'll pop the bonnet of our Jeep Grand Cherokee, and we'll have a look at the 6.4 litre powerhouse that's underneath. So this 6.4 litre powerhouse is sitting in front of an 8-speed transmission, which makes changing gears very, very smooth. This car does also have launch control, which means that this giant beast of a machine can go from 0 to 100 in 4.9 seconds. Now this car will put out 344 kilowatts of power and over 600 Newton meters of torque, which is an incredible amount, and you really feel it when you're driving. It's just like, it's an SUV, but it's faster than a lot of sedans and sports cars out there on the market. The rumble that you hear from it as well is incredible. If you would like to tow with this car, it will easily pull 3.5 ton, and the Jeep chassis and independent intelligent suspension is built exactly for that. And now moving to the interior of our Grand Cherokee SRT, this is where all the features are. Now the Grand Cherokee, the base model one, is actually the most feature-packed base model SUV on the market, and this has got a lot more than that. So there's a lot to get through. I'll try and get through as much as I can without boring you too much, but just the things this car does is incredible. So I'll start to my right here. On the door, you've got your standard left and right mirror adjustment, as well as a button to fold in mirrors when you park, which is really handy, especially in tight car park situations. You got your electric mirrors as well, and a child lock for the rear. Lower on the door, it might be hard to see on the camera, but we've got our memory seats, so you can actually have a couple of settings, and when drivers change, you just press your button where you've saved your seat setting, and the seat will automatically readjust itself as well. This car does have an electronic adjustable steering wheel as well, making it very, very handy to move around. There's none of that annoying locks that can get stuck in place. We've got 2 paddle shifters on the rear here, as well as 1 control arm on the left here. Now this 1 control arm will do your indicators, your rear and front wipers too, just making it very simple to operate. On the steering wheel itself, on the right, we've got our cruise control settings, as well as down here we've got our, as I was talking about before, our adaptive cruise control settings, so you can actually set the distance, the approach distance of the car in front when you start changing your speed. It's all fully customizable as well. On the left here, we've got our directional buttons, which will change what we display in the middle here. So at the moment, we've actually got it showing our SRT stats. So it's actually showing things like braking distance, 400 meter times, G-forces against the car. It's got some really cool features in there. And apart from that, you can actually cycle through. It can show you text messages. When you're operating GPS, it'll show what direction to take next, as well as all your fuel usage, just everything that a normal car does and more. And you can also have either the speedo showing up in numbers, or you can have it showing up in the traditional dial. When you have the dial, all the other settings just show up in the middle of the dial, so you actually always have a speed, and you can have other things showing as well. Moving to the middle of the car now, we've got our big touch screen for our Uconnect system. Now this system does a lot. One thing to take in while I'm showing you how to operate this screen is how fast and responsive it really is when you're pressing it. And I won't be pressing against the screen very hard, just a light touch, and it will just respond instantly. So at the moment we got it on our radio station. When we hit media, that'll bring us across to our CD player, USB, auxiliary, as well as full Bluetooth connectivity. Next one over is our controls for our heated, ventilated seats and heated steering wheel. Ventilated seats operates a fan inside the seat, circulates some air on your lower back, really stops that humidity buildup going on there. We move on to climate control. It's set to off right now, but we'll turn it on. And we've got the typical dual zone climate control. So you can actually have 2 separate settings to each side of the car. And if the other person gets out the car, you want to match it up, just hit sync and they'll both match the driver's side. Your fan adjustment as well. We do have hard buttons for this all below the screen as well. I won't bother covering it off twice, but that's just how it all works. We hit this button and we go to our navigation, and there you go. Look how quick that loads. Just very, very seamless. Great technology going on there. Moving over to our phone, if we had a phone connected, it would download your contacts, your messages, and everything like that. Moving on to settings, we've got all our display happening over there. One thing I did forget to show you is this car is fully voice controllable. You can get it to ring people, answer text messages, send text messages, even change the radio station with your voice. On the steering wheel here, we've got this voice control button, so if I press it, 105.1 FM. And there we go, the radio station has changed. It saves you fiddling with dials while you're trying to drive. Now moving down here, we got our parking sensors, our forward collision warning, as well as our traction control button, so we can turn them on and off as we please. In under here, we've got our USB, auxiliary, SD card, and a 12-volt charging, as well as a nice little area to sort of store some objects in as well. Close it down, blends all the middle of the car back together. Now here we've got our T-bar shifter. Now this is a little bit, some people find a little bit strange to get used to, but in a couple of days you get used to it, and it's very, very convenient. Press down the button, pull it back once, and it goes into reverse, and we'll see our reverse camera light up. Now our reverse camera, we've got these lines that predict where the car's going. As we turn the wheel, the lines move with it, and it tells you. Makes reverse parking such a big vehicle so easy as well. Then popping it back into park, away it goes. To go into drive, all you do is press down the button, pull all the way back, let go, we are now in drive. That way you actually don't have to cycle through all the individual gears, you can just jump from one to the other. Just down from that here, we've got our launch control as well as our terrain control system. So for track, towing, sports mode, launch control, it's all sitting right there. Just adjust where the power goes, how it gets there. Really makes driving this car versatile and fun. Leather wrapped center console. In here we've got our CD player, a little bit of storage with a 12-volt charger right here. Now just as we go to pan around the car, I'll point out these seats do have like a suede finish in the middle with the perforated seats for that ventilated seat, and leather on the edging as well. You'll notice that this car has got some nice stitching on the dash as well as carbon fibre inserts too. And moving towards the roof, we've got a sunglass holder as well as our dual panoramic sunroof. So the dual panoramic sunroof on SRTs means it does also have the premium sound upgrade, which gives us 19 speakers. I won't turn it up because you won't be able to tell on the microphone, but it does sound amazing. The smoothness of the operation of the sunroof is awesome as well. And we can actually open it all the way up to the back to give everyone a bit of sunlight too. So I'll just get our camera person to give you a quick pan around the quality of the interior of this car as well as what the back seats, and then that'll give you a good idea for the feeling of the inside of this car as well. Thanks for taking the time to watch our walk around video of our Grand Cherokee SRT. If you have any questions, please give us a call on 9907 0555 and one of our staff will be happy to help with your inquiry.